And welcome to Brunswick Cable Access News. Thanks for joining me. I'm Don Keating. Let's take a look at our local headlines today. Brunswick City Division of Police says it will place modified legislation in the hands of City Council Monday, authorizing the department to purchase 54 new 9mm pistols, giving police officers the option of purchasing their weapons instead of trading them in. Police Chief Brian Olin told members of City Council's Safety and Environment Committee June 4th the city entered into a contract with Vance's law enforcement earlier this year for the purchase and replacement of the firearms, which totals $22,494. The department's purchase, he said, includes 48 standard 9mm pistols as well as 6 compact 9mm handguns and their corresponding magazines, backstraps, cable locks, and hard cases. In the original contract with Vance's law enforcement, Olin specified that the police department would be planning to trade in its existing inventory of 9mm pistols to the vendor for credit toward the new purchase to help offset the cost. Olin said the contractor has elected to sell the Smith & Wesson weapons to the officers at a reduced cost of $210 each. Because of the changes, Olin said the department has elected to pass revised legislation. The department's old weapons, which are 9 years old, have a trade-in value of approximately $10,710, which means the net cost to purchase the new guns totals $11,784. The option to purchase, Olin said, will not alter the final cost in any way. Olin said each of the officers planning to purchase the weapon will receive a letter with the gun documenting the transfer of the weapon from the department to the individual officer. County commissioners are expected to select 3 applications from 8 communities seeking federal funding for a variety of small capital improvement projects designed to meet the urgent needs. The county has been allocated approximately $372,000 from the Ohio Department of Services agency as part of the 2018 Community Development Block Grant Program. Rob Henwood, the director of Medina County Planning Services, who administers the program locally, said about $681,000 was requested for this round of funding. That leaves county commissioners with the challenge of deciding which applications to decline. Henwood said rules for the CDBG program not only limit the total amount of money to be distributed, but the number of different projects which can be funded. The number this year is 5, but one of those projects must come from the city of Wadsworth, which will not receive its own CDBG allocation in this round of funding. Recommendations by Henwood include the following: $55,000 to Medina County Public Transit, one of the traditional recipients of CDBG funds, $80,000 in CDBG funds to Wadsworth for a waterline project, $73,300 to be awarded for the Hinckley Township for upgrades to its Historical Society facilities, $52,400 to Spencer Township for upgrades to its town hall, $85,000 to the nonprofit organization Medina Creative Housing for the rehabilitation to the old Weymouth School, which it is in the process of purchasing from Medina Township. Henwood said he ranked the grants on the quality of the applications and the fact that 3 applicants he recommended have not received CDBG funds in the past. Other projects not recommended for funding are an $80,000 road resurfacing project in Brunswick, a house demolition in Liverpool Township, a playground upgrade to Medina Township, and park improvements in Montville Township. County commissioners agreed to file an application with the Public Utilities Commissions of Ohio that would extend for 2 years its governmental electrical aggregation program. The program allows residents in 14 townships to purchase electricity at a discounted rate negotiated by county representatives. Commissioners approved an agreement to lease a new Ford EcoSport pickup truck from Enterprise Fleet Management for $401 a month for 60 months. The truck will replace a broken down vehicle used by the maintenance department. County Commissioners approved 6 resolutions commending people who have been selected for induction into the Greater Medina Chamber Hall of Fame. Those honored for their business achievements and efforts to improve their communities are Bill Bittner of Westfield Center and Medina residents Tad Coolman Jr., Barbara DeZur, Gary Hallman, George Paitis, and Lloyd Vaughn. In addition, commissioners commended the Friends of Medina Cemetery, which is also being inducted into the Chamber Hall of Fame as an organization. County commissioners authorized the travel expenses for county employees to attend a series of out-of-town meetings and training seminars. Among those expenses were $475 for the Director of Job and Family Services to attend a 2-day meeting of the Public Children's Service Association of Ohio in Columbus, $175 for 2 members of the county auditor's staff to attend a deed and conveyance workshop, and $75 for Commissioner Pat Geisman to attend the Bicentennial Celebration and Cookout sponsored by Medina County. Economic Development Corporation. Management of the Medina County Soil and Water Conservation District will change hands this month when District Manager Jeff Van Loon retires and is replaced by his co-worker Jim Dieter. Van Loon lives in Lodi with his wife Marta and has served as district manager of the office since 2006. He is a 1974 graduate of Kent State University and has 44 years of experience in the field, having previously worked for the Richland County Soil and Water Conservation District and the Ohio Department of Natural Resources Division of Soil and Water. Dieter is a graduate of Buckeye High School and the Ohio State University Agricultural Technical Institute in Worcester. He lives in Spencer with his wife Pat and has been district technician in the Medina County office for the past 24 years. He was recently selected to replace Van Loon by a 5-member board of supervisors who serve 3-year terms without pay. Both men are well known to area farmers and landowners who rely on their technical expertise to help them deal with resource challenges such as erosion, pond maintenance, and water runoff issues. We work with landowners with different degrees of knowledge and different problems, said Van Loon. If people call us for help, we will come whether they have 1 or 1,000 acres of land. Van Loon said working with different people from different backgrounds and interesting personalities has been the highlight of his career with the Soil and Water Conservation District. That work has included helping landowners who grow the county's major crops of corn, soybeans, wheat, and hay, and more recently, specialty crops like hops and mushrooms. Dieter said water quality has been a growing issue for his office in recent years and will probably continue to be one of his biggest concerns in coming years. Brunswick Hills Township's Fire Department has announced that it will turn to the voters in November for their say on a replacement fire levy that will enable the department to replace outdated equipment, increase fire station security, and possibly even start saving the funds necessary for the renovation or replacement of Fire Station Number 1. As the department's calls for service have increased 32% between 2010 and 2017, with a 28% rise in the number of calls in the last 3 years alone, Strazos said that continuing to operate an all part-time or volunteer department is no longer a suitable option. Some of the issues with maintaining a part-time staff, he said, include family, social, and job commitments. Every year we have 15 to 25% of our personnel take a leave of absence or resign. With a limited staff of 41 part-timers who rotate daily and weekly between the township's 2 fire stations, he said, Records management is one of the areas with which the department has been struggling. Not only have state mandates increased, but so has the department's community involvement levels, as well as the number of follow-up calls the department is responding to on a regular basis, all of which require paperwork. Equally as problematic, Strazo said, is the aging and condition of Fire Station Number 1, which shares a building with Town Hall. He said the building is not only inadequate in terms of space for offices, meeting rooms, and storage, but it also does not allow the department the room it needs to maintain equipment. The problem is, Strazo said, the cost of building a new station is approximately $3 to $4 million based on what surrounding communities have paid in recent years to build new fire stations. Strazo also said the department is in desperate need of facilities that will enable the department to wash vehicles in the wintertime. In order to address these issues, Strazo has recommended that trustees consider placing 1 or 2 renewal levies on the hands of voters in November. Strazo has proposed raising the 4 mills to either 5.2 mills or 6 mills. The additional 1.2 mil option would enable the department to hire 3 new full-time staff members and a part-time secretary, as well as maintain its 10-year capital improvement plan. It would generate an additional $344,280 per year for the department. The proposed increase, which would cost the owners of homes valued at $200,000 an additional $84 a year, would not account for set-asides to build a new fire station. Under the proposal to raise the levy by an additional 2 mills, saving for the new station would be possible, Strazo said, noting that this option would cost owners of property valued at $200,000 an additional $140 per year. This proposal would not only allow us to satisfy our personnel and equipment needs, but will allow us to continue to set aside money every year we have until the money we need to build the fire station, he said. I can assure you these numbers are very tight as the department will continue to be fiscally responsible. The Township Fire Department has not asked the community for a new levy funding since 1994. Strazo did not ask the board for any action on the proposals, but instead has requested the public to contact him or the trustees to share their input before the board decides how to proceed. We have been in a hot spell here of late with very high humidities and high heat. Is there any relief in sight, and what does it look like toward the beginning of July and Independence Day? I will be right back with that information. And welcome back. As you know, this time of the year, it's very muggy and very hot most of the time, right? Well, we've had some really hot weather lately, and we're going to take a look next week at heat advisory safety measures. In other words, what you need to do or don't need to do when you're out there in the high heat and humidity. And that will be, in some cases, life-saving, because it's, we've learned over the years that don't take advantage, don't take it for granted that it just feels muggy outside. When you have a reading of a heat index that's 105 or higher, that's extreme, and that could be life-threatening within a matter of minutes. So you want to keep listening to those local weather reports, and whenever they give you a heat advisory, heed those warnings, because especially for the young and for the older folks, it can come upon you at no time at all. And year after year, we do have people in the United States, unfortunately, pass away because of the extreme heat, and they didn't know it was that bad. So anyway, on a brighter side, how about the possibility of a little bit of rainfall? Yeah, well, it's going to happen eventually. And according to our weather headlines, as you can see here, from the 27th to the 3rd of July, we have average highs of 80 to 81 degrees, right? That's not too bad. If we were in the averages every day, it'd be perfect. And by the way, if you're curious, as far as the average highs and lows, those are averaged out over a 30-year time frame. So these are averages over the past 30 years, okay? Average high of 80 to 81 degrees and your average low 59 to 60 degrees. And I don't know about you, but I would certainly take 59 to 60 with low humidity right now because it would feel splendid, right? Your average rainfall for this time of the year is 88/100ths of an inch. And of course, here again, this time of the year, pop-up garden variety thunderstorms, nothing really in the way of a organized system to give us that precipitation. Now, what about the National Weather Service extended outlook as far as temperatures are concerned across this area? You can see in the Ohio Valley, you have a 60 to 70% chance of above normal temperatures for the period of our forecast time frame. And that's pretty high because when you say above normal, you're probably talking temperatures that are at least 5 degrees above your average high. And with your average high being 80 to 81 degrees, toasty, and then that doesn't include the humidity. So that humidity adds that extra heat index in there as well. And as you can see, most of the country from the eastern seaboard all the way out here across the Plain States and into the western part of the United States, looking at the possibility of above normal temperatures. Now, what about precipitation? Some areas are getting dry, some areas are getting more than normal rainfall this time of the year. And hey, look at this, all the way from Florida in the deep south across the Tennessee Valley, the lower Ohio Valley, and up into the Ohio Valley, the lower Great Lakes, you have 40 to 50% chance of above normal precipitation for the next several days. But out here in the Texas area, up into the Oklahoma, Kansas regions, below normal possibilities. And again, out here in the Pacific Northwest, below normal possibilities. You certainly don't want that out there because much of the country over the past several years has been in a drought situation. And unfortunately, those areas that are under the drought situation now look like there's not much of a chance of normal or above normal precipitation. So the way things look, you know, we're going to be toasty, but there is a chance of some thunderstorm activity. So I hope you continue to enjoy the summertime weather because you know 6 months down the road, what's coming. And I'm not talking about Christmas either. It's that white fluffy stuff. But until then, enjoy it, get out there and have fun. We'll be right back. And welcome back. Here is this week's Community Bulletin Board. Brunswick Star Spangled Spectacular is Saturday, June 30th from 1 until 10 p.m. behind the high school football stadium on Center Road. Have a vehicle you want to show off? Now is your chance at our all-motorized vehicle show. Car, truck, motorcycle, semi, or how about a lawn tractor? If it has a motor, it can show from 1 to 6 p.m. with proceeds to benefit the Brunswick Food Pantry. Sounds like a great benefit right there, folks. Running more your speed in front of the high school, join the American Cancer Society Relay for Life from 3 until 9 p.m. Maybe you just want to enjoy some food and music. That'd be about my speed. We got that too with Eddie and Edsels from 2 to 5 p.m. and the Brunswick Community Band kicking off at 6:30 p.m. Bring your chairs or a blanket and come to enjoy all this, then stay for the community's largest fireworks display ever. Looking for the ultimate experience, American experience? I've got a list of local 4th of July fireworks and they all start at dusk. In Brunswick, June 30th at the football stadium behind the high school. Medina, July 3rd at the high school. Strongsville, July 4th at the Fultz Soccer Complex. And in Valley City, it's on July 4th at the Millstream Park. Wadsworth will have their fireworks display July 3rd on High Street, downtown Wadsworth. Remember, because of the 4th of July holiday, Brunswick trash collection will be running a day late Wednesday through Saturday that week. July 7th is the annual cleanup day in Brunswick City from 8 a.m. until noon. Residents have an opportunity to get rid of things like construction materials and other household debris. If they came to my house, I'm afraid their truck would be full. This program is open to City of Brunswick residents only. Dumpsters will be located at the following locations. At the Service Garage at 1238 West 130th Street. At the Parks Garage located at 4383 West 4383 Center. At the Recreation Center at 3637 Center. And please note, the following items will not be accepted. Hazardous household waste, hazardous automotive waste, appliances containing the following: Freon, paint, and then of course trees, shrubbery, grass clippings, and tires will not be accepted, so don't bring them. The Brunswick Historical Society will be having their second annual ice cream social at the farm from noon until 2 p.m. on July 1st. Bring the family, bring your friends, and bring your neighbors. If you don't have any friends, bring your neighbors anyway. Come and build your own sundae. A suggested donation of $3 will go to our log cabin fund. Don't forget, it's Sunday, and our farmers market will be going on as well. So stop and shop. I hope to see you there shopping, munching, and socializing with live music included. This is a great event for the kids. Everyone is welcome. And as an added bonus, we will also be having our first children's character costume parade. So come dressed as your favorite cartoon character. Just don't come dressed as me because they won't let you in, I'm sure. Parade will begin at noon. Are you short on time but full of questions? The popular Master Gardener Coffee Chat series was designed to engage the public in short sessions focused on garden topics and solutions. Enjoy coffee and snacks while learning something new and discussing options for you or your garden. Novice and expert likers alike are invited to join in on the first Friday of each month, February through November, from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. at the OSU Extension Office in the Professional Building located at 120 West Washington Street in Medina, Ohio. Cost is $5 per person unless otherwise noted. The July 6th topic is tips for physically challenged gardeners. If bending and kneeling, reaching and pulling can be difficult for any gardener. Learn about garden adaptations to make your work a little easier. New this year are decaf chats. For those who are unavailable during the day, join the Master Gardeners the Thursday evening prior from 7 to 8:30 p.m. to hear the talks in advance. Pre-registration is requested, but walk-ins are definitely welcome. And Healthy Strides is a recurring health, sports, and recreation event sponsored by Medina Hospital for residents of Brunswick and Brunswick Hills and is organized by the Medina County Park District. Healthy Strides combines a brief, informative talk by a Cleveland Clinic physician or caregiver and a casual 1 to 3 mile walk. Topics change each week based on the leader's specialty and suggestions from the participants. All members of the community are welcome. No registration is required, and best of all, it's free. This July 7th installment will be held at the Brunswick Lake Trail. Meet in the Cleveland Clinic parking lot on Parshin Road, Brunswick, from 9 until 10 a.m. For more information, contact the Medina County Park District at 330-722-9364 or at the email address listed below. Medina County is blessed with an incredible public park system, but keeping those natural habitats thriving takes time, effort, and some skills, as well as monetary donations as well. If you love the outdoors, our parks in particular, we suggest you consider donating your time and talents to help keep our county parks awesome. Visit the park's website listed on your screen and click on the Get Involved link or call the volunteer coordinator at 330-239-4818. Do you enjoy a scavenger hunt? How about local art and history? Join the Medina Arts County Medina Bicentennial Scavenger Hunt between now and July 16th. It shouldn't be easy, right? Or it should be easy, that is. It wouldn't be easy for me. Download the form, walk the historic Medina Square, find all the Medina markers, turn in your completed form, and win prizes, right? But as any scavenger hunter knows, it's never that easy. It can take a sharp eye and an astute observer to find all of them. Put your skills to the test by going to the Medina County Visitors Bureau at 32 Public Square in Medina to pick up an entry form or download it from the Medina Arts Council's website to get started. For complete details, visit the website listed on your screen, and happy hunting. And by the way, there are a couple of events that have just taken place. That was the Brunswick City's Summer Celebration by the high school on Center Road and the Summer Festival at St. Ambrose Church on Pearl Road. If you got photographs of fireworks that have taken place out there and you would like to show them on our show, send your name, credit for the photo, which preferably is yourself, and when they were taken and at what event they were taken, along with your email address, and we will happily showcase those on the show. Thank you so much for joining me this week on Brunswick Cable Access News. I'm Don Keating, and until the next time, have a good week.
The preceding program was made possible through the use of equipment and facilities of Brunswick Area Television.